Today we're making a pulled pork casserole with sourdough buns, all protein sparing. Hi everyone, I'm Anita from KetogenicWoman.com, where I share keto and carnivore recipes and other cooking ideas. If you're new here, please check out my other videos and consider subscribing. Welcome back to all the regular viewers. Okay, so in my last video, I had said that we were going to use this protein-sparing shredded pork that I made. This is one of Maria Emmerich's recipes, and I do have a video where I made this, so I will link that below. It's a protein-sparing kind of barbecue pork. Pulled pork, made out of a leaner cut of pork. I was going to make a casserole with the Italian bread I made in the last video, but that kind of all got eaten. So I'm going to do something different today. I'm still going to make a casserole, but I'm going to make some sourdough buns, and there will be enough dough or batter, whatever it is, to make a topping for the casserole as well as a pan full of buns. That is my hope. So let's get started. So this is 1 pound or 1/4 of the recipe that I will link below, and I'm just going to place it in the microwave to heat the pork up when I'm ready to use it. Okay, so what is going in the bread is egg whites, of course. I'm going to use my beautiful glass bowl here so you can see what's happening inside. And I'm going to measure out 1.5 cups of egg white. And this is generally what I've been using lately. It's going to be approximately 400 grams plus or minus. I did give a detailed explanation of how that all works in my last video. So I will link that below too. So oh no, I'm just gonna open it this way. The little tab broke off. This happens. I'm going to have to cut into this thing.
It's not the end of the world.
We will get our egg whites out.
Why?
That's the first time that's happened to me. All right, we need 1.5 cups. Okay, there we go. I'm going to throw some cream of tartar in here. I like to use about a teaspoon, and we will get that going while I mix up the seasonings I'm going to use in the sourdough bread. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of allulose. A lot of people use 1/4 cup, and I've been using 1 to 2 tablespoons because allulose is so expensive and hard to get in Canada. So I'm going to stick with my 2 tablespoons, even though I went a little crazy last time with the Italian bread and I used a whole 1/4 cup. I felt like living it up. Okay, so there's my 2 tablespoons of allulose. Going to put in 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon Redmond's real salt. So there's 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of active dry yeast, 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast. All right, I'm going to mix it together in this bowl. Now, this is the first time I have used these drops. I don't even know if the place I got this from is still around, because I got this last year and then I had trouble finding them again because I wanted to order something else. These are sourdough bread drop. I've not used these before, so this could fail the whole thing. We'll see. I'm going to use 20 drops. That's about it, I think. And then mix them in there. So I saw Wendy from Loving It on Keto, she mixes her drops into the dry mix so that she doesn't get any wetness in the egg whites, which I thought was a really good idea. I have added liquid like extracts and things, but I do it at the very end and I kind of fold it in. That's how I've been adding liquid, but I wanted to try it this way today just to see. It smells good, but I have a feeling I'm going to need a little bit more. I find that I need way more than I think I do of these drops. All right, oh, my egg whites look great. I'm going to now put my powdered mixture in. See how that does. And I've got my egg white powder that came last week. I used the big orange can, the Now brand. I found a place that ships it to Canada. It's way cheaper than buying it from Amazon, like a third of the price. I'll link that below. Okay, I'm going to stop this to put my egg white powder in. Okay, I'm going to make a little well in here so I don't get a face full of egg white powder. I might anyways, but we'll see. And I want to just scrape in a bit of the seasonings that landed on the sides here. You don't want to over mix at this part. Just put it on low. Let the powder go in. And then I turn it up one notch and let it go about 10 times. Okay. If you over mix it once you put the powder in, you run the chance of it becoming very hard and dry. So, trying to avoid that scenario. Okay, so at this point,
Oh, I forgot to turn my oven on. I'm going to turn the oven on.
At this point, I'm going to heat up my pork. Okay. All right, so the casserole is going to go in here. And I'm going to put the little buns in here. I'm going to spray this pan. It's this one with the little holes in it. I have a mesh pan too that I haven't used yet because I wasn't sure how, but I think it's probably the same thing. I saw Janet Greta has a larger baguette pan like this, and I saw her spray it and put it on parchment, so thank you, Janet Greta. By the way, I ordered the big ones from your link there. Because I thought that would be a great idea to have Long Johns. If you haven't checked out her video from a couple of days ago, she made Long Johns.
I hate her right now.
Because I'm trying to keep the sweeteners at a minimum this month. I'm supposed to, you know, not be thinking about Long Johns, but there you have it. Thank you, Janet Greta. Okay, I'm just heating up my pork. There it goes. Ooh, it smells really good. I hope I don't have too much liquid in here. I'm just going to spread this out a little bit. I've never tried this before. It may or may not work. In theory, it should work. So I'm just going to layer some of this on top. If you're using it for protein sparing, this totally fits into the macros nicely. If you want to do something for keto, you could always add a layer of cheese on there before you load this up. Or you can put cheese on top. Do both if you like. I want to save enough for the buns here. This will either be really good or
A bit of a fail, but
I just love to experiment. Does it really matter if it's not perfect? I'm gonna eat it anyways because this is dinner. Okay, I may put more on here, but I want to make sure I have enough for the buns. So I'll get the buns in here. I made these the other day without the sourdough drops because I forgot I had them. I kind of knew I had them, but I wasn't sure if I knew where to find them, but I did find them. And they were really good. So I'm hoping that the sourdough drops will add a little bit of something extra. We'll see. You can top this with whatever you like, or nothing. The other day I made some and I topped it with Old Bay seasoning. Boy, was that good. So I'm doing that again. You could do everything bagel, you could do rock salt, nothing, chili powder, whatever you like. Okay, so those are ready. And I have a little bit extra that I can put on top here. Ooh, I'm excited. Let's see how this turns out. Okay. Oven's almost ready. All right, all we have to do is put them in the oven. Oh, maybe I'll sprinkle some of this on here too. Can't hurt, right? Oh, okay, the oven's ready. I have set it to 325. These are going in there for about 20 minutes, and then I will check on them and take them out if they look like they're ready, or let them go. So we'll do that right now. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes when these come out of the oven. Okay, just gonna check on these. Okay, I'm gonna pull the buns out. Yeah, I'm pulling the buns out, but I'm going to leave the casserole in because it didn't look ready yet. So I'm just gonna move it to another shelf. Normally the bread and stuff takes about 30 minutes, but the buns take a little bit less because they're smaller and there's the holes on the bottom. But you can really tell I did different sizes here, but that's okay. I'm just gonna give that a couple of minutes to cool down, and then I'll see if I can get a couple of them out so you can see what they look like. Well, Teddy is waiting. It's coming out, Teddy. It's coming out. Oh, look at that. Let's see here. Oh yeah. That is looking good. I know that some of you are wondering why I didn't let it rest in the oven. I generally only do that with the loaves. I find that with the buns, it doesn't really have as much of an impact, but with a, when you're trying to have a tall loaf of bread, leaving it in the oven is a good idea. 10, 15, even 20 minutes. But I generally don't with the things that are shorter, if that's the right way to put it. Anyways, this is looking good. So I think the buns are probably cool enough. Let's see what I can get here. I mean, they're still warm to the touch, but I'm impatient. I want to show you. I should probably wait. They are pretty warm still, but I'm just going to peel one out. Really want to taste it. Ah. Don't be like me. And I'm going to put the little buns in here. I'm going to spray this pan. It's this one with the little holes in it. Don't be like me and pull it out too early. Wait until it's cooled down. Okay, so here it is. Smells good. Look how fluffy that is. I just love it. Okay, I'm gonna taste it now. I wouldn't say it tastes like sourdough. I think I need to add more drops next time, but it does taste good. All the other, you know, the garlic and the onion, the Old Bay seasoning on top. It's good. So I don't ruin any more of my buns. This is what they look like. These are the ones I made yesterday. So these, that's the bottom. You can see that how it's got the little, little dents, little protrusions from the bottom of from the holes in the bottom. But it's a nice dinner bun. Like, you can slice it. You could have a couple of these instead of a sandwich. Use a couple of these buns, you know, if you don't have any bread. They're really good. And I had some leftover batter, so I put some, this size here, these little mini loaves, that's what I baked a couple of these in. And this is actually a perfect size if you slice it like that for a hot dog or a cheese dog. So that's just something. If you have extra batter, keep some of these around, and you can just make some smaller random items. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave these in because I'm obviously jumping the gun. You can see this one's coming out a little bit easier now because it's cooled down a bit more. They should just peel away from the sides. I mean, I don't generally have any trouble with the silicone, but they do need to cool down. So this here, I'm really anxious to see what we have here. Ooh, I can smell the pulled pork. This is coming away nicely. Oh, that smells good. All right, I am going to scoop some. I think I'm gonna have to get maybe a sharp knife and scoop some into a bowl. So I'm just cutting it because I want to see what this is like. I was kind of thinking this was going to be 2 servings, but it looks fairly large. There's only, well, it's 60. Yeah, if you had 2 servings, it would be about 8 ounces of the pulled pork recipe. So, you know, I guess it really depends on how hungry you are, because this bread is quite filling. So by layering this bread on top, that's really going to make this a filling. Whoa, look at that. Can you guys see that? That looks so good. It is steaming. I can hardly wait to try it. Ooh. It is soft and fluffy. This is so soft and fluffy. I was worried it might be spongy, but it doesn't look spongy at all. I'm just gonna get a little bit of the meat on here. All right, yeah, I would say this is 4 servings. Maybe, we'll see. Let's see what we have here. It's really hot. Okay, I'm gonna take another bite. Oh my God. Taking another bite, because this is really good. So the bread is super soft, and it's even fluffier than the buns. It is really good.
Oops.
So good. I mean, I wouldn't say that the bread tastes like sourdough. I can't go that far. I think I put in 25 drops. So since I have such a big bottle, the next time I'll just double the drops and see if I can, you know, get some of that flavor, but it's still really good. It's light and fluffy, and it just goes so nicely with the pulled pork. And this is a nice hearty dinner for a cold, almost winter,
No.
almost fall, for a crisp fall night. This is really good. I love this. So I hope you give it a try, or if you have some other ideas as to what I could have done better. You guys are so full of amazing ideas for this bread. I get so many good ideas from you guys when you leave comments. I'm willing to try pretty much anything, so I'm really enjoying. It's making protein sparing so much easier to be able to play with all these different recipes. The buns are fantastic. I take these to work with me. You can, you know, just treat them. It's like having bread, you know, or buns from the bakery or whatever. So I look forward to seeing you guys again, and come back because I think the next video is going to be a cake. We'll see. See you guys soon.
This is one of Maria Emrich's, well, that below too, so you, uh-oh. Oh no. Stop. Okay, no, we don't need to stop. Always an incident. Don't hate me, don't hate me. It's coming out, Daddy.